Come on. There we go. Go. Get this out there. Okay. If anybody's just peeking in, all I'm doing is just getting word out at the moment. Off to a slow start. And that's okay. Let's see here. Okay. That's out. All right. Put that there. Yeah, cool. Okay. Well. Let's see what happens, I guess. Oh, damn in there. This is being weird. Bear with me, chat. Everybody's watching. Messenger seems to be giving me a hard time. So I'm just going to kill it and start it up again. Then we'll be able to get into what we're doing here. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, thanks for stopping in, whoever has so far. Today, we're going to do something a little different. Because normally I build Gundams. But today, we're going to do something a little different. We're probably going to do something a little bit different for the next build, too. Today, we are doing Ultraman, Ultra Suit Taro action from the very recent manga and recently converted anime. We're gonna do a bit of an unboxing, bit of a spoiler. I already more or less did a quick unboxing just to get everything ready to go and repanel lined a lot of the stuff. but should be at least remotely interesting. Figurize standards. I haven't built one before, so this is kind of new to me. So with doing the unboxing, right, you got your good old pretty poster-worthy box art. You got different poses, and ooh, this comes with effect parts. And so what it's pointing at here with the lighting effect kit, the LED kit, I happen to have right here. I know lighting's harsh, so it's hard to see, but it'll come into effect later. And what else do we got? Yeah, more just that, pardon me, cool graphic on the side. Then some details on Taro and Kyotaro himself and how it relates to what we're doing. So, what do we have in the box? Like I said, I already opened this thing and took care of business here a bit. So we got our ultra cool fire parts because, spoilers, Kyotaro uses a lot of heat for his moves, literally. Dude basically turns into a fire demon by accident. We've got our A1 and 2 runners. Basically all the gray metallic parts. I've pre-panel lined a lot of these. Some of them, though, I gotta get them off the runners to get more details for. And then we've got the C1 and 2 runners. Which are, there we go. Which are basically internal support pieces from what I can tell. Lots of joints and what have you. Also worth noting, you've got 3 different sets of hands for each side. So you got the reaching, you've got the closed fist, and you've got the holding hands. Then when we get to the B runners, B1 and 2, basically all the red body parts for the most part. We'll have a bit of panel lining to do with these because, well, some of those details are hard to get right on the runner, so we'll play with that. We also have, like I said, I opened this earlier, right? So you've got the E1 runner, which is basically his nipple plates there, the chest vents. We have the D2 runner, which I'll be using with the LED kit. This will be very important so that the light actually shines through. And then, what else do we got here? Oh yes, E2. So this is an alternative to one of the parts here on the D2 kit. What's going on? There we go. Computer did something weird for a second there. So, pretty sure we're going to be going with clear everything and probably not even look at this guy today. That's okay. And then, last but not least for all the big parts in here, it comes with a stand. That's pretty cool. In terms of stickers, we got 2 sticker sheets. We've got all the cool SSSP warning labels. And then we've got color correcting stickers, which I've taken the liberty of more or less applying paint to most of those parts. So not a big deal there. And then we got the instructions. So, again, more cool graphic on the front. Feels reminiscent of a high-grade kit. Got plenty of... Hang on, I'm in the way. There we go. Plenty of pictures on how Taro's supposed to look when he's done. Build directions. Like, they bothered to actually think things through on this, too. Like, there's actually 2 different sets of directions depending on if you're going to use the LED kit or not. Hello, John. Okay, so we are going to get this thing ready here. The stand is probably going to be like the last thing I'm going to build. So I'm just going to get it out of the way for now. Okay. All right, so. Don't have anything else that's useful. 3. Okay, so. For my purposes today, I'm starting here with the LED build. And we'll go from there. So this should be interesting all on its own. Okay, come on, you're gonna sit nice for me, instructions? And like many other Bandai model kits, this stuff is basically like Lego. It is very, very handy. What is up? Well, what can I say? Like I was mentioning, actually I wasn't mentioning it here. I got time off, so figured why not? Let's do this. It was always part of the plan. Okay. I'll need these chest pieces in a bit. So, just so you can see how much detail they put into these and why I pre-panel lined it to save time on stream. So, these are the two different upper torsos that we're going to be using or not using. This set here is actually for just the straight action build, which that's the torso without the LED kit. These guys here, where I bothered to finish panel lining, there's a lot more going on because that's where the button is going to be to actually turn the lights on and stuff. Speaking of which, where did that little thing go? Oh, here he is, buried under all the parts. Just to show you what I'm talking about here. We got white. There. A little bit easier to see when I'm... Actually, hang on. Let me turn this down so it's not so obvious. There we go. Turn the light off. Still got lighting from... There we go. Right. Push it again. And then we get into the overdrive mode. Push it again. It should turn... Yeah, it goes back to blue, and it should turn off on its own in a minute or two. There we go. And now it's off. They're, I like them. It's a pretty cool little LED unit, and it should make Taro here look amazing. Alright, so I was saying with that B2 runner, which is buried. We're starting with this right off the bat. Because, again, the neck is different. So, we're going to get this guy out. We're going to have to trim some extra nubbing off because, yeah. Okay. I need C127. Put these guys out of the way for now. I won't be playing with red ones for a step. Stay. Wires are all over the place. Okay, so I need which piece? There we go. Okay. Oh, this thing is involved. There we go. Are you just gonna twist off for me? Cool. Okay. So aside from cleaning them up, I actually have a fair bit of detail I can try and add to this. Bear with me and I'll show you here. Now I can actually see what's going on. Hi, Talon. Welcome to the stream. And And yes, good morning to you too. Go. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna spend a moment putting some panel lining on this. There we go. Sorry, I should do this. Okay, Mike, you're coming with me, and we're going over here. So we're in front of the camera, which can have light again. There we go. I'm just basically putting good old black lines on every bit of this, or what's supposed to look like an articulated neck plate, just so that it's got that feeling of shadow and depth in between parts, because that's what panel lining is supposed to be for. It's basically like a chromatic aberration with paint. If that makes any sense. Would be the way I would describe it anyway. This just goes boop. That's pretty cool. Come on, it's in there good. All right. That is the start of our neck. Let's see what more I get to do now. The one thing I will say is Taro's whole top rig is really cool and just how it looks. So now I gotta go straight for B runner here. Not you, I need you. You, wait, no, B. Wrong runners altogether. Red. Oh yeah, here's the color here. This is another piece I can only put limited detail on. That's okay, as just how it is. Okay. Yeah, I got a few parts on here I gotta actually put some more ink on. It'll be good. Let's clean this guy up. And add some more panel lines that I couldn't before. Talon, I don't know if you've put too many like current recent models together, but a lot of stuff nowadays, especially with how Bandai in particular engineers their model kits, it's all intricate. But because of that intricacy, you don't need glue, which a lot of people will tell you is the bane of their existence and why they hate building models in cases. And that's fine. In those cases, it might not necessarily be for them. Eventually I'll figure out how I'm going to do a rig so that I just have like a GoPro or something so you guys see from my perspective what I'm doing. And that'll be a ridiculous looking thing on my head at that point. Okay. Ah. There we go. Alright. This just goes into here like so. Ta-da. Okay, so we've got the neck, and this goes into another part. Oh, awesome. Into this guy here. Okay, so we're gonna see just how crazy Bandai gets when they design models of like human-shaped things and not just robots. So this just snaps in. And now we have... Oop, not entirely snapped in. Come on. Get in there. Play nice. The other side did. Are you in? Guess he doesn't feel. Okay. Not supposed to have a whole upload movement. Okay, so I'm flipping out because just how this is sitting underneath. Let's see if the mic, yeah, the camera's grabbing that pretty good. This is going to snap into whatever we're using to hold in place so the light shoots through. But there's not enough certain things going on here. There we go. Okay, so we want this up like this so that we can rest the head on it later. Looks good. So we'll see what happens when I get further in and have something to actually mount this to. Okay, now we're getting into some of the fancy stuff I was talking about. Oh, A2, I read that wrong. Oh yeah, this collar is so cool. I don't know, I have a thing for really heavy duty collars on stuff. Especially when they're armored. This is also a part that I definitely need to spend a few minutes putting detail on because there's just so much of it here. Come on, zoom in. There we go. Like all those little tiny vents. Like all that surface detail. It needs to be seen, man. So that's what we're gonna try and make happen today. Hey, undergate this? Let's undergate it. Did. I am more than okay with it. Yeah. That's great. What am I building now? Okay, well, since you missed the start of the stream, I don't blame you. Hardly anybody was here for it. I am building Ultraman Taro. Everything that pertains to Kyotaro and his Ultraman suit that Jack more or less used to restrain his out-of-control powers when he developed them. That's in here. Go. In terms of Taro's story, as far as I know, like I only know his involvement in the manga / anime. Can't say I watched a lot of live action Ultraman, so I'm not sure where in the tokusatsu version his character is and just how he ends up becoming an Ultraman in the tokusatsu original works, but in the new manga and anime, he gets blasted with an alien gun, and it doesn't do whatever kind of weird mass displacement teleportation nonsense it was supposed to do. So he basically turned into a fire elemental. What's funny is how much it reminds me of Sun Wukong. If Sun Wukong used magic, or fire magic rather. Alright, that takes care of this cool color. This... Oh, hang on. Just realized I got some bits to trim. And more detail to add. Silly me, I didn't look at the right angle. So... Also, I do hope the image quality is alright, because I'm running this at 1080p, 60 frames a second. I'm actually cheating. The webcam here is actually filming at 720p, and I've just blown it up. So hopefully there isn't too much loss of fidelity and detail. Go. Add this little surface detail collar at the back here. Okay. So this fits into which set of holes? The back ones. Oh yeah, that makes sense. It's much nicer there. Okay. You forgot the start of a bust. Okay, so from there, okay, we need the C runner. We're going to build the shoulders in next. That's what I'm seeing from this. Okay, 17. Interesting. I gotta face this toward me for a minute here while I get everything organized, and I'll show off what it looks like in a minute. Yeah, these big old arm sockets here are gonna hold, well, I can only imagine to be probably be a ball joint or something. In fact, if I'm seeing everything right here. Now, these guys, which one did I need for which? So, 33 goes. Now I gotta clean these up. They have some undergated bits that need to be made to disappear. And some quick marking, because these two have panel lining areas that can actually use it. Not a whole lot, but just enough. Is that it'll look like something pretty cool when it's done. See, I'm liking what I'm seeing with this kit so far because of, come on, zoom in, focus, there we go. This is what's called undergating. So when they do that with the injection mold process, you can see that there now. I got 3 spots I gotta cut nubs off. Undergating is great because it allows you to deal with one of the more unpleasant aspects of cutting model pieces off of runners and not have the would-be scar of you having to make that cosmetic action show on the actual presentable surface. Come on. Very nice. I just want you to get off smoothly. There we go. As these pieces are all going to have like minor plastic scarring while I'm just trying to clean stuff up, but it's Taro's armpits. We're not going to see it. Right? I hope. Guess we'll find out. But yeah, Bandai doesn't usually employ undergating to, well, most things when it comes to Gundam model kits anyway. I've only seen it done recently on a few fancier models, which I'm not exactly a huge fan of them doing it so sparingly, but I can also understand from a a manufacturing and engineering perspective that yes, it is probably a royal pain in the behind. Okay, so this is supposed to go like that, yeah. Line up and slide in already. Come on. Okay. So that's gonna look like that when we're done. And we're gonna slide his armpit up into this hole here on this side. And this should just... Okay, that looks weird and kind of off, but why is that? No, that's right. Still feels odd, but whatever, we'll blame it on the suit. Okay, same thing to the other side now. Yeah. So my understanding is a lot of the concept for these Iron Man styled Ultraman suits, because let's face it, that's what they kind of look and feel like. Was actually from the artist Eiichi Shimizu, who came up with the style for this, and I want to say the other thing was Iron Battalion. No, that's not quite right. I'll look it up. He did the concept stuff for another anime and manga that there's iron in the name and it's near the beginning. I forget what it was. He also designed a very fancy Mega Man X kit figure I've shown off that what's the word from the Ryobot series of figures. Very, very, very fancy and very not cheap. Cool, Talon. Okay, so we've already got the start of an upper body here. This is where this stage technically ends. And now we get to move to the part where I get to incorporate this guy. All right, so Actually, I've got the C runner right here. I'm gonna grab that first. So I need this thing, 16. This looks like your typical torso plug into waist runner, or part, rather. Okay, so what do I need first? So you. And even Taro's suit has abs. I'm gonna have to clean that up. Like, see if the light will actually capture the detail. But like, you can tell he's got abs on his suit, for crying out loud. Don't mind me if I end up having to run off for a moment. I'm expecting a delivery, and I have a feeling my sweet, sweet puppy dog will probably alert me to such and manage to actually register on the mic. So if that happens, we'll take a moment and we'll take care of business. If it doesn't happen on stream, well, cool. Okay, so we've got those on. Oh, I just dropped it in. Fascinating. Okay. So, this is where things continue to get interesting from my perspective. I've built enough model kits over the years that I've seen a lot of weird and interesting things. So we are taking... 13. Taking you, popping you directly into the back. Sorry, I know I'm thinking out loud right now. 5 now, yeah. Yep. Okay. When I first looked at these runners, I thought I was going to have to actually place the LED unit here straight into it, but no. The way this all works, right? I thought I was going to have to place this in like this, but the way this is looking, oh no. I'm dropping this guy in after I've got this stuff together in such a way that it does what's supposed to. Now, where did that little gray piece go? Okay. Oh, the suck. Okay, so I am gingerly slipping this on here. It's got a very specific hole. And this okay, so now let's get the back to the front. Yeah. Now this should just... ta-da! Now I'm going to add the siding to this to look more complete. Then we'll worry about dumping in the actual LED at a second. So, oh. Okay. Otto, am I gonna have to do a bunch of stuff? Okay. Tires. Good. Just had to refer to a few things here because Ultraman Taro is... he's a very red kit, but he's also very different. His suit, because it was made by the same guy who made Aces. It's very different from the SSSP hits. Yeah. Took the liberty of adding some silvery, chromy paint to these bits so that things will look way cooler. But only a bit. It only needs a bit. And you'll see when you actually see them. What I'm talking about. Okay. So there. Trim all this extra stuff off. I will say though, the level of articulation and just plain extra amounts of detail is just unreal compared to when I even started doing this stuff like 20 years ago. It's also interesting to see how they decide to engineer the insides of an action figure for human body compared to how it started back when I think it was Mattel or Hasbro, like, were figuring out G.I. Joe, how they wanted to go with that. There's a lot of history in that too. Okay, let's get these guys on. So, if I'm reading this right, this goes. Yep, alright. And then we go. So. Come on. Okay, so looking at this, I need to add some panel lining detail. I was going to make it all cool and silvery, but the head I had did not work for that, so we're just going to take black here and whoop. Whoop. There. A little bit harder for me, but easier for you guys to see what I'm doing. There we go. I'm going to do the other side now. There. Okay. Oh, I forgot there was little could be bolts on this side too. I guess they're more like rivets than bolts. There we go. And off. All right. There. Now we have the start of our Ultraman suit. This goes, boop, sits in there just like that, which is what we want. Now, this is where things get more interesting and complicated. Okay, so, like I said, this part here, because we've got the LED kit, we're not using it. Back in the box with you. We are grabbing this cool little doodad right here. Okay, make my life easier then. You just pop off that like that. I'll twist it off there. And this little guy is sitting in Taro's front chest piece. I also need to put panel lines on this guy. I was only able to put a few on. And this thing deserves all of its details highlighted. Promise, I will eventually have more new music. I've got one track that I made recently. Added to the playlist here. So, I've got that done. We've got a bunch of contour lines I get to do. They're hard edges. So it makes it doable. Well, and then all these little dots. I just okay, cool. Excellent. I gotta do the same thing on the other side here. This is just the front. I gotta do the back plating like this too. Hey, nope. Stay on target. Yeah. Yeah, head-mounted cameras starting to feel like a much better idea more and more as I go here. Be interested in opinions on that. Come on. Come on, you. Ah. Don't ruin Taro. There we go. Okay, Kyotaro's bit has now been done. I'll slide this in. Come on. Fine, going the other way. Oh, fascinating. That is what it took. Hit and go. That's supposed to just rest in there recessed like that? It is supposed to rest recessed. Okay. I was under the impression it's supposed to be further, but well, that makes sense. Okay. So, before I do anything more, I gotta add this chest fence. Which I've bothered to do a lot of pre-treating for already. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay. Let me just trim those up. Hey, look, our first completed runner. And this is one of those times where all the old guys who watch this later and go, "Ah, why you paint on the plastic? Why you paint on the runners, you sacrilegious, yada yada yada." This is why they say that. So I repainted some of these details. Now, because I'm having to trim nubs off, I might be nicking some of that stuff. Good news is it's not actually that bad. Okay. One. And let's see how bad it's on this side. Not remotely as bad. Good. And ta-da! That's looking like an Ultraman style chest. Welcome back. Okay, so now, all right, let's continue to set up Taro's chest. Come on. There we go. Sit nicely, please. This all and okay. So now I've got that on. Now I can go. Okay. It does not feel like it's entirely on properly. Sure. I'm just stop and make sure everything is actually in the way it's supposed to be. Okay. Yeah. Gotta make sure it all lines up and fits nicely after all. There we go. Yeah, okay. Doesn't that look slick? Oh yeah, this guy is gonna just have shelf presence on his own too. Okay, so we have a torso, and it's not even done yet. Okay, so I've got that there. Now, I need to take the back of the collar and the spine. So once I've got this cut out, I'll show you guys exactly just what we're looking at for obscene amounts of detail on Taro's head. Because this helmet is intricate. So these are the head parts on the runner, the outer shell of the helmet. And that is just ridiculous and tiny. Alright, bye Talon. Clean this up and I can see if that will actually trigger an act. So that's that done there. Let's clean this guy up because I know there's, yeah, undergated nubs to clean off. Man, what a treat. I'm not used to getting pampered this much with undergated everywhere. Come on. Okay, so we've got that done. Let's go over here. Good. Let's just there, yeah. Okay. So, according to this, come on, there we go. Oh yeah, Taro just looks awesome. Oh, I see. That just sits on there, and then if you push, oh, not quite. Come on. Everybody should be happy and honky-dory here. Okay, so that's cool. So, you have the ability to pull out the spine, release the spine plating, and go boop. Yeah, this is gonna look totally cool when it's done. Oop, no, you go back there. Okay, no, we want to go. There we go. Turn off. There we are. All right. And so the spine plate just sits over there like that, and it pops up easy enough for access. So that's just cool. All right. And that was the torso. I'm going to take a quick bio break, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Right, just top up on some coffee too. There we go. Poof! I'm back. Thanks to everybody who stuck around waiting. As you can see, my coffee's full again. Let's get back to it, shall we? I don't know that. Okay. What next? So now we're going to be working on the right arm. Okay, so for the right arm. Flex parts we're not going to play with until after we've actually finished building Taro, so don't worry about that then. So we need... Okay, that makes sense. We're going to have to do a similar thing for the left arm. Yep. So. Starting with that joint. Judging by how it looks, I'm relatively sure that's going into the shoulder. Maybe not. Oh. Yeah, no, it is. I need 7. 7. Okay. All right, so now we're actually playing with bits of Caro's model skeleton here. It'll make more sense once I actually cut out the shoulder bit. I need to hold all these together. Okay, so B1. Come on. I love undergating, but that's probably this blade, actually. Maybe due to put on a fresh, sharp. See what else. Go. All right, so whole function of how this works. Yeah, I know I'm looking at this. So the joint is supposed to go in like so, because we're going to be putting a pauldron armor in over top here. And then, okay. Makes more sense. And then, interesting, so this is going to rotate. Okay, so so the way this is going to work, interesting. So you've got your hinging or your rotating portion for the actual arm up here at the shoulder. Then you've got your pseudo ball joint right here. Then the pauldron just sits on top. I'm on to you, Bandai. That's a bad thing. Now we've got all that on, you seal it off with other shoulder bit. All right, so back clean this up. Oh, I see I've got a bit more cleaning up to do on this side. Thanks to those nippers. Eventually I'll invest in a really good pair. But I got a list of computer parts that needs to be upgraded first. Okay, there we go. Alright, back to what I was doing. Oh, not that. There we go. Okay. So. Sorry, got distracted by DMs there for a second. Not getting away from me, you scoundrel. Okay, so now. Let me just go. Okay, now. That's it. This arm is in here. Have to clean that up just there. Now, this seam line is visible once, yeah, you can barely see it in the light when I do this. The seam line is gonna be there for the God tier level individual who wants to make seam lines just vanish. Will probably get some kind of putty or modeling clay and just gently line that, then give her a coat of paint, and then poof, no more seam. But it's so slight and negligible that I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to continue building our arm here. Okay, so now that we've done that, now we're attaching bicep and tricep plate. Okay. So, that'll be this stuff here. So we need 15 and 7. Makes sense. I have to spend a minute with the panel lining marker on these guys because once again, there's lots of surface detail that was just too cumbersome to try and handle. Not cumbersome, sorry, tedious. Try and handle on the runner itself. We're going to take a moment, and I'm just going to trim these and take care of that. Okay. Nope. See, I don't know if the dog registered there, but something's going on in front of my house. Yep, she's definitely registering. Alright, bear with me. I'm gonna go deal with her. I'll be right back yet again. Alright, and I'm back. Take it easy. Done. There we go. Oof. And my digits work. Okay. I'm gonna be honest here. I think we'll probably manage to get through building this entire thing in one stream. He's not that complicated. When we get to X, and maybe later, my master grade Hazel there, they're gonna be multiple sessions each just because of the level of complexity. Nah, I wasn't done for today there, Alan, but not a problem. Thanks for the lurk. I appreciate the support. Let's see. Check my metrics real quick. Doesn't tell me jack squat. Fine. Okay, yeah. All right, there we go. All right, let's get the panel lining this outer arm here. Tricep plates looking all cool. Go. Finding how I'm doing this as I go here. Go. Okay, that takes care of that. Hey. Did I cut out the right parts? Sure, I did. Fine. That's better. Pop this on. There we go. Okay, there we are. Now we got a bicep. Six and seven. Okay. Once again, we return to the B1 runner. Now we're grabbing the actual format. These two will require me to spend a few minutes with them just to get details panel lined in. Maybe not this set actually, but when we get to the left arm, I certainly will. So these were, oh dear. No. Suck. Part. Part. Okay. Oh, I managed to get it. Okay then. I just gotta trim this guy up and make it pretty. I do need to touch up bits though, but I'll do that after I've got all swapped out and mounted. Oh, it's registering my hands pretty good here. Not quite getting this right, but that's okay. Pretty close. I don't call this undergated Bandai. That's more like side gated. Okay. All right. So. Go. Dunk. I have to double check. Pretty. Some of that. Nope. Cool. All right. This Ultraman. I really don't, Talon. I don't know what that is. This particular track is called Angry Robots. Okay, so we've got our right arm as an arm here, and might makes right. And yeah, the seam lines, they're, if I zoom in, you can see them, they're there. And again, some putty or modeling clay, you just make that vanish permanently if you want to go to that level. Personally, I'm not going to, but that's just because that's how I do kits. So, all right, so we've got that part done. Now I'm adding his gauntlet bits now. Okay, so what do I need for that? It's A2, where's A1? Oh, here's it. So I need this. I also bothered to repaint these cuffs, so word of warning. You get yellow stickers for them, but they don't look half as good. And they don't cover the little finer details either. Okay, where was all right. Look, I've also had other friends tell me my stuff sounds a lot like Gunship in some cases too, which that's totally fine. When I bother to make that music, Alan, it's not the plan I follow, it's the process. Which, as an artist yourself, you should be very familiar with that concept. What starts out as one thing you want it to be, the piece usually takes a life of its own and tells you it wants to be something else. And that is what a lot of these tracks are to me. Okay, so I got a lot of crap. Well, let's do this hopefully without slicing into my thumb. That would be great. There we go. Hey, all right. So now I've cleaned those bits off. Oh, we gotta clean up front here. That's nice. I haven't kept up with what Venus has been doing for a while now. I'm being completely honest. Is it supposed to go on like that? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. You slip in that. All right. Now all I really need to do is just add a hand. Okay, I see why I would want to add shoulder pauldron first. Okay. So hands. Hands! I want us to just do basic fists first, which I suppose I can oblige. But it's Taro. He's usually, when he's not socking people, he's literally throwing fire at them. So I'm just going to cut out all of his hands now. Like, I'd also point out that his actual, like, his weapon that comes on here is, I'm pretty sure he actually uses one in the manga, but we never see it in the anime. Go. Alright, other closed fist. May as well just crank out the hands all at once. Come on, there we go. Now, is that? Oh, that's good. Okay. Alright, let's clean these hands up a bit, and I'll cut out their knuckle plates, and we'll go from there. Okay. All right. Takes care of that little bit. Knuckle plates. Let's go. Technically, this one needs to be 7, which means the left hand will take this to be 6. Good enough for me. Come out, you. And snip. And last one. Snip. Okay. Right hand. Right hand. Okay. You put trim, toss you on, put you on the wrist, and then you are done. Sort of. I gotta do the shoulder next. The shoulder's actually easy, huh? Okay. Hello, Life Neurotic. How are you? All right. There we go. We got an arm now. A1. Come on, where are you? Okay, yeah. All right. Let's grab this. We'll cut the pauldron out. I don't think I have too many other details I need to put onto this piece. And then we can stick it on and plug it into the body. I am building Ultraman Aro. And so far, we've built his totally awesome torso, which I have the LED kit, so this guy lights up. I'll show that off in a bit. And, well, we're finishing up his right arm. Honestly, this is my first Figure-Eye standard kit, so add an extra hour for all the panel lining I did before. Let's see, I've been doing this for what? Hour and a half now, so far I'm about 2.5 hours into this build. And I've got 2 parts finished. These are, you know, these take several hours. If I really want to get into it, it would take a heck of a lot longer than the few hours it's going to take me today to build this on stream. Because my plan is I'm streaming the entire build. It'll be a good time. Just there. So this entire thing might take me, it feels a little bit more involved than a high grade, so I'd say I'm expecting it to take me about 4 hours. It might take me longer than that still. And that's fine, because that's part of the process. I have... Oh, of course I should have recognized the name. Yeah, I had yesterday and today off. I've got Monday off too, so I'm just chilling. And well, you know, the wife and kid are closer to where you are. I'm doing this. Go. There we go. All right. Taro. Let's get your arm in. There we go. Now we've got a chest and an arm. You can sit there. Now I got to work on the left arm, which is going to be a lot of the same. If I had already finished this kit and produced it, I would have just hit the fast forward button through me literally building the same part a second time. Oh, interesting. It's only one holding hand. I should have figured that out. And it's his right. But yeah, I don't know if I ended up showing it. Your birthday present there paid for... I can't even fit it on screen. But anyway, there's that light booth I was talking to you about. So thank you. Okay, where'd that other hand go? So chat, I lied. It only comes with actually 2 sets of hands and an extra holdy hand for the weapon, which is some sort of silly double-sided sword. make that make more sense in a bit when I actually put it together. Come on, there we go. Okay, so we've got basic joints out. Same process? Yep, same process. Okay. Okay, where? Yeah, I'll be using U-Lot later. I'm going to need you later. I need these parts now. Okay. So, as for you, Life Neurotic, do you have the day off yourself? Or are you just pleasantly in between jobs at the moment? Or I should say clients, I suppose. Oh. I mean, helps when you can hire staff and don't have to work every day of the week, right? I'm gonna need that. Yeah, this forearm I'm gonna have to spend some real time on. I didn't touch it at all. Come on, fingers. Yeah, I know you'd probably show me how to actually crack them properly, but don't want to do that right now. Okay, goofing around aside. It's my rainy day track, and it's the opposite of rainy today, which is funny because it was storming yesterday. Okay. Finish with the moving truck over there? I've got yet more new neighbors moving in across the street from me. It's almost like they finally decide to open up the houses around here for new people to move in. So. No, you're going this way. No. Come on. Okay. That's it's in like that, just like previously. And the extra flash and scuff like that. Not that there's much to speak of. It sits in like so. Go. We seal off the shoulder. That's the neurotic life. Were they empty for a long time? Neurotic, you're gonna have to rephrase that, please. I did not understand that statement. Uh-oh. Ah, great. I gotta go diving for parts. Ugh. This is the part where we're gonna have some kind of the houses you're talking about. Yeah, they've been empty for years. So literally, like 3 of them all around me instantly. People have moved in the last 3 weeks. Okay. Be right back. I gotta dive parts. All right, there we go. Yeah, Talon, sorry, don't feel weird. Life Neurotic knows me very well IRL. Okay, well I got this shoulder part back. Just get it on there, because I'm getting weird and chaotic. Whee! Okay. And just like that, we have sealed shoulder. And since I know what's about to happen anyway, we're going to stick this guy's shoulder plate on now, just so that it's not something I have to worry about later before putting it actually on the main body. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's good. Good. Okay. Go. All right. So save me some time later. I'm just gonna pop the cauldron on now. There we go. Clean this up. Yeah, I made this. Yeah. Everything you're hearing musically is stuff I've made right now. This is my playlist of all the stuff I made. This one is Dire Adagio, I believe. Without looking it up. Not that looking it up is hard. Yep, Dire Adagio. There we go. Alright. Now this one I have to spend a few minutes on because panel lines. Hopefully, since I figured out the process in the last arm, I can do it at a much faster pace. Come on. Gently there. Also, for you guys that are watching, I'm going to be on tomorrow on another friend's stream, Crazy Casey, with his VTuber show, The Burning Questions. And I'm sure he's got plenty to ask me. We'll see if he's bothered to expand his sci-fi lore knowledge enough to actually catch me off guard. That will be something. It's cool. Here. Too far. No. There we go. All right. No, not much to see from your angle right now. I'll show what I'm doing in a second. Okay, so from the angle that you guys are seeing, minus that very obvious seam line, which I'm not going to engage. And at this point, just getting the contours highlighted with black, which if you have a brown panel lining marker, I would probably recommend using that too. That'll show up nicer and less drastically if you want to have a more 3D feel than the black I'm using. But then, yeah, follow me, Mike. There we go. There we are. All right. Now we've got bicep, the left arm done. Blah, blah, blah. This one, looking at it. I'm disappointed now that Taro doesn't come with a set of each kind of hand for each side. Limits some of the actual posing options you can do with them. Alright, Talon. Take it easy, dude. Go. Got a left fist ready to go for when we get there. Now, I gotta spend some intricate time with these forearms. I guess intricate and intimate. It's terrible. Under gates off. I'm gonna have to go and actually reference the other one so I get the same markings. I'm pretty sure I just panel lining so it won't be so bad. Okay, this one part trimmed. By all means, if anybody's got any questions about this stuff, I'm here to ask. Although, in your case, like neurotic between your other half and your own experience in the maker space, I bet you might even know more than me. Even if it is just a hobby. You don't have to paint. That's the fun part. I'm adding the panel lining for the details. As Bandai is so nice, they send you 2 sticker sheets with this kit. Focus, there we go. And I can just basically throw them up all over the place if I want. But yeah, that's the whole point of multi-shot injection, right? The plastic is already more or less screen accurate colors. You just cut it out and go to work. Why did I bother to do that when I gotta actually sit here and detail this? Okay. So. I actually tried to get Dad watching the anime this is from, and well, it's Dad in cartoons, enough said. Which kind of surprised me, because I know he's actually a pretty big Ultraman fan, or at least he was. That's that there. On this side. Should have been done the other one, but it was play nice. Oh, gonna be like that regardless. There. There we go. Alright, that's one. Yeah, I know. Ridiculous, right? Like, but whatever. He's from the generation where cartoons are purely Disney-fied things. So, guess can't hold it against him, really. So now, let's stick this arm on. I just gotta add his little wrist plates afterwards. Get the cuffs on. This suit is just about ready to be done. Speaking of cuffs, oh looky. So, another fun fact, I actually learned very recently that the Star Wars theme everybody knows and loves, that John Williams composed, is actually extremely heavily influenced by a completely different composer who wrote a suite that is now over 100 years old, called The Planets by Gustav Holst. And if you listen to Mars, which is the first movement in the suite, you'll find that there are way too many similarities between it and Star Wars. Ended up picking it up the other day. You played Mars? What? Did you guys do that in school band at some point? I don't remember that. Huh. Yeah, I guess as the brass section, you would have been doing a lot of stuff in that. There we go. All right. Now, Ultraman Taro has chest and both arms. Holy cow, we're making progress. Scary. This guy's gonna stand about. Yeah, yay tall by the time we're done, I'm pretty sure. All right, take it easy. Okay. Right, now we're working on legs. Okay. So much for the coffee. Okay, legs. Eyes are going to be interesting. Okay. Let's see runners over here. So. Okay, so what do I need from here to get things rolling? 6. But you went out of there. I'll be using that all this later. Okay. And 6. This is interesting. Guess we'll see how you do what you're supposed to do in a moment. Since I'm very unsure. So we start with that. Okay, 8 pieces I need for that one. Yes, no. It's mostly these stuff. So we'll start with 1. Start this one. There. Okay, so that sits there, right? Pardon me. Okay. So, get that in. Okay. Now, what else? So, this. Okay, that's in. Then you slot in how exactly? Okay. Okay, that's good. That kind of makes sense to me. It'll probably make more sense after we seal it up. Alright, so 9. up the undergating. Then I'll worry about the actual tip. Before I go much further into making it pretty and what have you. Oh, hey, look at that. Bits I need to, alrighty. Okay. Okay, let's fit this guy on. See where I need. Okay, so it's just it's very nice. Okay. Go. Got that done. Okay, that makes sense. It's gonna bug me. Go. Set that over there. Oh, hello, Meg. Thanks for popping in. I was so involved in what I was doing, didn't even notice that you put something up. I'm not doing too bad. Decided that this stream, I'm basically gonna do the marathon of putting together Ultraman Taro. So far, I'm making good on that. As, in fact, I've got his upper body pretty much done. You were eating after. Yeah, not a big deal. Okay, so now I need to bother to lodge this in. Okay, so there's a rounded. Soon, this goes in. So, yeah, that makes more sense. Putting together a people is a little bit different than putting together a people-shaped robot. Even though you could make an argument that the Ultraman suits from the manga and anime may as well be robots. With that Iron Man vibe, as Eiichi Shimizu knew what he was doing. Okay, so this goes so. Understanding this correctly. Nope, I got it turned the wrong way. There we go. I'm going to be very curious to see how this all goes together. So right now, this is what I have for the right thigh. There will be more. It will make more sense to me once I have more put on. Because right now, how they have the joints set up is just making me look at it going, huh? 17. Okay, so that goes on. Ooh, shiny. Knee pad. Okay. This will help clarify things. And this part just slapped on. Enough. Oh. I highly recommend giving the Ultraman series on Netflix a watch if you can. Taro in that series is basically an ascended fanboy, although the means by which he ascends from being fanboy to superhero are not exactly ideal, and more along the lines of tragic backstory to become one in the first place. But, you know, wouldn't be an Ultraman series without that kind of drama. Okay, so now we got the knee plate on. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I'm especially digging the fact that this hip bit allows for movement. It's not firmly in place. It's actually on an axle, so it can hinge. Okay, so now we've done that. Now it's time for the lower leg. Okay, let's see if I understand this. Stand corrected. This bit is not for that at all. It's the knee joint. Huh. What a novel idea. I get to make another one of these, huh? Don't mind me, I'm contemplating if I want to go through the trouble of actually panel lining this thing. I think, given that I've panel lined other dark gray bits already, I'm gonna have to follow my standard. Good news is this is just simple and repetitive, so it won't take super long. It's one side. It's clearly the front. Okay. We get to do this once more on another leg later. Eee. So, yeah, Meg, I'm also going to be appearing tomorrow morning on on Crazy Casey's burning questions. Sounds like it's going to be around 10 our time here in Eastern Standard. So that should be interesting. Okay, time to do lower leg bits. Oh, there's apparently stickers for this. What does it want me to use? Oh, really? That's... You know what? I have paint for that. Let me cut this out, see what I'm working with, and maybe I'll just grab one of my gray paints. This looks like it's dark mecha gray. Not a terrible facsimile. What about this one? This one's straight up black. Oh no, this is metallic black. Ooh. You know what? We're gonna play with that. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure KZ will find ways to grill me. It'll be great. Ran out of Gatorade. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I forget. Is your place isn't air conditioned, is it? On. Minute 9. So. All right. So you off to the side. Figure out what exactly it is I need to do. No AC and it's stupid hot. Yep. Yeah, I'm glad my house is air conditioned. That's all I'll say on the matter, because I don't want to upset anybody any more than even being able to say that. That's not fair to anybody. There we go. I've got that cleaned up. What am I doing with this? This fits into yeah. Now, what am I supposed to technically make red? Oh, all of that's supposed to be like that? Well, in that case, my marker here. Quick. Okay, working. You come off a moment. We're gonna go. This is metallic black, and I love it on the right applications. do have to be careful in how I use it so I won't spill over. Because I'm not using masking tape like I probably should, because this is quick and dirty. That's going to take a few minutes, and then that'll dry, and that'll look spectacular. Go. I gotta do the same thing with this side after I trim it. I just dreamt last night that I was in a snowy winter wonderland. Woke up so disappointed. Oh dear. Yeah. Dreams that set us up for disappointment are never great after the fact. They're always fun when you're in the middle of them. Let's get the paint on this. This is actually one of the new tracks I made in the last week or two. Got its debut on my latest video. Covered. Now I'm just letting it dry. Now what else do I need to cut out? Let's see, one. It's not really cutting out. It's just a twist. Oh. As long as I'm careful, this will slide on. Yeah, alright. Now, before I do anything more, one. Yeah, I actually did this with one of the new sound packs I bought a little while ago. At least the whole digital melody part, that's entirely from the sound pack I picked up. No. Okay, so this is supposed to go. Yeah. Okay. There we go. It's definitely looking a little bit on the intricate side. Alright, now we've done that. Let's take the other part of Otto's leg and we are to merge them. Carefully, gently, and complete. There we go. Miss a spot on the paint? Did. Gasp! We must overreact immediately. There we go. I'm not going to do much more than that because I don't want the paint to interact with the other plastic piece that's on there. Okay, so, what do I want to do? I want to take that and that. Okay, so now we're like doubling down on his knee pads before we even, his shin guards before we even go into his foot. Which, wow, his foot's only 3 parts. Yes, I'm used to feet being a lot more. Ice cream in your coffee, that's different. Let me know if it's a good idea. I mean, aside from making it cold immediately after dumping it in. This all of these undergated bits. What about you? You're actually not too bad. Okay, so come on, be nice. Go. Huh, good, that covers it. Alright, and then you slip over the kneecap. Excellent. So, I don't know how much you know about the new Ultraman stuff, Meg, but Taro is pretty much like almost entirely fire based in his ultra factor that he gained through dumb means. So he's got all these cool little frickin' jets everywhere all over his body for the sole purpose of releasing all of that fire. Aha! We do have the ability to bend his leg almost completely. That's not bad at all. Now, let's put his foot together. So for that, I'm going to need the ankle, the heel, and then the actual... Two of 3, and last part that I actually haven't put any details on that we'll get shortly. There we go. Right. Hey, KZ. Yeah, this is my stuff. I've been hyping up our the interview you plan on giving me tomorrow. Go. Okay. Well, I'm very curious as to what kind of questions you have in store for me, because if you manage to stump me, you win. If this were any kind of contest of wits, as it were. I know it's not, but I'm a bit weird and my brain likes to make things a competition. At times. I need to turn this up. And I got myself a heel for an Ultraman boot. All right. It needs to go away. Go. All right. Come on. Come on, baby. There we go. I give you a right leg with a lot more straight up. Oop, I hopped off. There we go. A lot more articulation than I would have thought. That hip, it moves. I can spin it most of the way. Probably shouldn't spin that far, but that's all right. Now I get to do this a second time. But before we get into that, we're going to take another quick little break, mainly because this coffee I've been having wants out. So I will return momentarily. You got stuff you need to do? Now is the time. Wait a minute. Forgot something. That's better. Okay, so Meg, to address your comment about being able to do this as really concerning, the fact that there is this level of articulation in the model is just phenomenal. So yes, this looks really jank and awkward for real life, but you gotta remember, this thing is like an action figure you don't play with. There's gonna be obvious bits of joints, and unless it's like super perfect cell kit that came out like in the last year or two, this is just fine for what you're actually gonna see, right? Like, I have this like this. You can see the bits of black inner suit. Unless you go looking, you're not even gonna see the actual joints, which is fine. It's just a matter of finding that sweet spot. Because there will be times where, yeah, this is probably going to be a pose. Legs angled like that. But we'll see. I have to put the other leg and his waist together to even have a sense of how he's going to stand. But he is going to stand. And it's going to be cool. Okay. So, now that we've gone that far, I actually have to spin things around because we're now in the back half of the instruction set. Oh, and look at that. It even has instructions for the stand it comes with. If I can show it without knocking everything over. Ta-da! So, that'll be cool when we get to there. Alright. This is going to be a lot of wash, rinse, repeat of what I was just doing. Oh, cute. The stand is actually so that you can do stuff involving his flame shooting. I have to find one of my other G Gundam kits I have and have fun with that later. Is that... I can use the fire effects from that for it, too. Burning Kamiki Gundam, I think that's what it was. Burning Build Gundam, Kamiki style, one or the other. Alright, so we're doing the same thing over again. I gotta basically build this guy's thighs, and then I can get places. Ooh, while I'm looking at it and seeing what I'm seeing, and take this time to paint some detail on right now. So, with what I am seeing on some of the art, this inner blade bit here on his weird, silly, choppy, double point sword, it's darker. So, oh, don't you decide to be weird. There we go. There's the good stuff. Okay. We're gonna give it some darkness in the form of black metallic paint. Oh, hey, my Blade Runner styled music. Yay! There we go. Yeah, you'll come out in a bit, I promise. Dog's deciding she's talking to me. I have people moving in next door and across the street, and because she's a big floofer, she tends to like to advertise that there's other things around. It's the nature of her breed, so I can't give her a hard time. Thank you, KZ. I'm glad you're enjoying it. All but about 2 of the tracks that you're gonna hear through my playlist are actually available on Spotify and even YouTube Music and Apple Music. Yeah, I probably should have something set up for that, although I'm gonna have to look in on how to do that, because right now all I have right now is I'm just running this off of a playlist in my my iTunes. Okay, that's gonna look. I'll just. Puppy, I will let you out in a bit. I have to deal for now. Okay, where was I? YouTube. I'm spending a lot of time on Taro's head because there's a lot of detail I get to play with there. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, need those. And then that. Okay. Come on. Off with you. Go. Leave these guys all in a minute anyway. Like, that's something I can easily enough do. In my final videos or in my video edits, but like streaming, yeah, that one I'm gonna have to figure out. There's probably a plugin I can use somewhere in OBS for that. Okay. This one. All right. Let's see. Tell the thing once, and I already have a good idea of what I need to do when I'm doing the other limbs. I am glad you're liking what you're hearing. It is one of the main efforts of my actually making this stuff. Is having it have that soundtrack quality. So there's that. Anybody else who wants to use at least these 2 albums can do so without dealing with any kind of repercussion, because I have them DMCA free. And with the exception of like the odd bit here and there, if your sound sample you're using isn't long enough, you're not going to get dinged on YouTube, at least. So, this one, yeah, which one I have to play with first? You. Before I do that, We gotta trim stuff on this first, too. Go figure. That. Yeah, see, but you actually have that aptitude and the skill set, Meg. I don't. I can't play an instrument very well to save my life. But one thing I apparently am good with is mixing samples to the point where, hey, look, completely unique composition. Yep, there. Actually missing a bit. I need to put out. Is it this one? That was okay. Go. Okay, that's ready for what I gotta do to it in a bit. So, no, let's read this. Yeah, it does go like that. All right. Come on, play nice. Fit in. And you agreeing with me when I put counterpart in. There we go. Okay. So the other thing I need to do. You come from this. There we go. Get this out. Okay, yeah. Well, that's fair, Meg. In my case, right, I like quoting Adam Savage a lot because just his way of explaining it makes sense. No, it's the process, not the plan. And a lot of the times I find certain melody hooks that just capture my imagination, and then I go from there. Like several of my songs on my couple albums I have out, they weren't supposed to be the synth wavy stuff that they are. They were supposed to be metal. But the process had other plans. I did not. Oh. Okay then. That is good. Seal this up. Yes, puppy, I hear you over there grumbling. You're in there for multiple reasons. Come on. Very nice, everybody. You want to get in there and snap. Snap in. almost lined up. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Much better. There we go. All right. That is the start of another leg. Sometimes set out to make France, make something that belongs in a horror movie. Hey, if you're following the process and that's what it demands, that's what you're doing, right? Hang on. I've got his... Did I miss a part where they do his head? Sorry, I need to check this now. Oh, his head was the first thing I should have done. Oops. Well, we'll go back to doing his head in a minute. Finish his leg up. We'll do his waist so that then he's just a headless body, and then I'll go back and do his head. We'll worry about the rest after. Okay, where were we? Right. These are important for the next bit. These are very much part of the next bit. Snap, get these bits out. Yes, puppy, I hear you, but you're still gonna have to wait a minute. Or 10. Swing this out. Good. Okay. Yeah, that feels about right for that at the moment. These for hands. So cut these knuckle plates out, get them out. So I want to say they're called plates. Okay. And look at that. Another finished runner. Away it goes. Okay, so let's clean this up. Yeah, put together, and then I can apply paint. Okay, there we go. Here now. Okay, cool. All right. So okay. Good and coated with black shiny. This, another one. After I give it the trim I never bothered to yet. Okay, there we go. All trimmed up. Give it paint. Let it set for a little bit afterwards. Nice thing about these paints is they don't take long. More black and shiny. Nope, hair's out of that. Oh well. Let's do this. Okay, and we'll let that dry. While that's drying, I'm going to trim the other bits I bothered to cut out. I put the foot together quick because that's real easy peasy. Oh, more detail. Fascinating. Okay. So, let me get this foot put together. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Better. All right. So let's get this foot put together. Go. Since I noticed it, I'll go back and do it on the other leg too. Oh, that's genius. Why did I think of that? That's right. They cleverly concealed some of these seams as panel lines. Explain that more in a minute. First, I gotta put in all these cool details. Cool. That should have been enough time for this to have dried off. Just enough for me to continue what I was doing. Yes, but yeah, I hear you. So, what they did, because Taro's Ultraman suit was built actually with what became the primary purpose of being able to contain his overflowing emotional output, which turned into him being angry and him unleashing the fire. So, suit's got to be able to go on and come off real quick. Otherwise, he looks like a freaking fire elemental. Like, I kid you not, he looked like a Warframe skin to me. Oop, I put this on the wrong way? I think I did. Rod. Okay. Silly me, I put the stupid piece on the wrong way. And, unless that all it takes. I have that further up, and that's going to solve the problem. There we go. Yep, that's all I need to do. Never mind. Ooh, and I put my thumbprint in the paint. Go figure. Ta-da! Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Focus. There we go. See? Thumbprint in the paint. Oh well. Just shows it's really mine now. Alright, now I got all these cool little bits to put on this thing so that it looks pretty and shiny. Yes, puppy, I'll come release you as soon as I'm done this. Alright. Uh-huh. Cleaning up this. How long have we been going now? 3 hours. 3 hours and we're almost done. Yeah. Okay. Here I'd say. Okay. Kneecap cover, you can go. I'm hearing heavy noises outside. And there we go. Okay. Now don't mind me. I'm anticipating, I'm very much expecting some packages to be arriving at some point today. All right. There we go. We got ourselves a couple of legs made for walking and kicking butts. So, bear with me. I'm going to go and release my hound here. And we'll be back to finish up with the waist and the head and the weapon. All right, let's get back to it. The waist. AKA Taro's butt. Because frankly, that's what you see the most of, just doing this. Anyway. Alright, so I need... this cod piece. His butt out anyway, just because. Interesting. Curious as to what that's supposed to be for. I guess I'll find out soon. Okay, now. What am I putting out next? Sorry, I'm seeing a lot of what looks like pelvis joints, finding out that those are not the pelvis joints I am using. So, yeah. Then I need to get these guys. Yep. Okay. The next set of joints I'm putting on is actually what's going to hook the legs up to the body. I'm understanding this correctly. And they simply have to do some trimming. Supposed to be on in a particular manner. Apparently, yes. I am not seeing it. Place it on and see what happens. Seems odd to me, but I'll figure it out as I go. Try to make more sense afterwards. Okay, that's that on. Like, how are these supposed to, like, gel together? Unless they're supposed to just be loose like that. I wonder. Certainly makes sense. So this is my dilemma. These work, but I would have been more under the impression that I should have been able to sandwich them together close, but it doesn't look like that's how that works. So, we're not going to worry about it. I'm going to leave Taro his dignity and not panel line his butt crack. That'd just be weird. At least from where I'm sitting. Okay. Put them together, and what do you get? Bibbidi Bobby Boo? Bibbidi Bobbidi. Houston, there is no longer a problem. Excellent. It should be like that. We are getting you on there, legs. I'll worry about the belt in a second. Ah. Belt, check. Leg, check. Don't be like that, you. There we go. Okay, we're standing. Now I need to put his belt on, and then we'll worry about making his head. His belt is mostly on the other one. Okay, so his belt's pretty straightforward. Belt cut out, cleaned up, toss a few panel lining details on it. Do the same with the back. And have a good laugh about it and call it a day. Or will we? Because I still have effect parts after we get the head put together. And we can make him look like he's losing his... you name it. And just flamethrowering everything and making it all barbecue. Nope. Even his belt has little exhaust jets for him to just vent heat out of. Okay. Panel lining pen. Let's get to work. this side. Do that all 3 dimensions, huh? Go. Right, and that is the front of his belt. Done. Oh, sorry, the back of his belt. I see. All right. These little markings out of the way. Now, based on its shape. Makes sense. Okay. That goes in like that. Oh, it's just supposed to be open-ended. Okay. That works for me. Okay. All that's left is his head and like a couple extra silly little bits. So okay, standard tokusatsu / anime power-up pose. Let's go. Huh. And it goes, ah. Then we'll get some of this cool fire coming out the back of his head. It'll be a good time. Come on. There we go. All right. So, before I, the weapon's real quick and sturdy. I may as well slap that together before I get to his head. Like I said, this won't take that. It's going to eat up all the rest of my time now is going to be putting that head together and getting those details just so. Wow, my motion tracking actually did what it was supposed to do. Still need you. Come on. It's a big undergate now. This one is fine. Yeah, cut it down to size first. metallic coating is worn off to reveal black recycled plastic underneath. Not surprising. Okay. After I clean that up. Okay, so I'm going to clean these mega nubs off of this first. Go trimmed. Right, that's those. Let's finish this off and be done with it. Okay. One side. Two side. This out, is that holding hand is only ever going to hold one specific thing. Come on. Silly me. I get prematurely fitting things. There you are. That worked way better. Oh, his hands are supposed to be red? That is something I'm not going to be able to do quickly or easily. Stick with them being... Okay, so... Here we go. Okay. That. Trim these nubs off. Guards. Then we'll be done with that. And the hard part is more or less done. Come on. There we are. Okay. Let's get on to the last bits here. And we can call this guy finished. Stand, whatever. I'll worry about the stand after. It's not a huge deal. It's not the important part. Especially when this guy can stand on his own. Oh, one. Two. Okay. Check and check. Let's go and put that head together, shall we? Oh, walk. That makes sense. Okay, so let's cut the back and the front out. Then I get to work. There's a lot of detail on this helmet. My God. And I'll do my best to make it all come out. Trim this. It's ready. Oh. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. All right, so that's Taro's base helmet. Oh man, details on here. Okay. Let's see if I can capture all of this detail. May get a little messy. Good. There's a lot going on here. Okay. So, for whatever reason, I was disconnected there for a minute. I'm back. Sorry about the technical difficulties, folks. We got nothing